David Beckham, the most recognised footballer on the planet, has played for some of the world's most successful clubs and has captained his national team through several World Cup campaigns. David Beckham's phenomenal cross-cultural resonance has made him a superstar in corners of the globe he's never even heard of, and where no one even knows how to play football. The son of a kitchen fitter and hairdresser, David Robert Joseph Beckham was born on May 2, 1975, in the high-density suburban area of Leytonstone, London. At a young age, he and his family moved to Chingford, where David attended the Chase Lane Primary School and spent much of his childhood practicing his skills at Ridgeway Park. The son of two fanatical Manchester United supporters, Beck's love for football was entrenched at an early age. And although his young heart was set on playing at Old Trafford, it was the Tottenham Hotspurs who first recognised his prodigious talent. After a few years at Tottenham, Beck's dream came true when Manchester United signed him as a trainee on July 8, 1991. At just 16 years old, neither he or the fans had any idea of what lay in store. With ageing warriors holding the regular spots on the team, it wasn't until the 1995-96 season that he finally started seeing some regular Premier League action. By that time, Old Trafford was seeing a change of the guard, and David and his younger teammates were dubbed Fergie's fledglings by the media. It wasn't long before Becks and the boys had the press eating out of their hands. David Beckham's star was on the rise, and so was the confidence of his teammates at Old Trafford. With mastermind Alex Ferguson calling the shots and Becks executing the plays, Man U hit one of the most dominating streaks in English football history. Between 1995 and 2003, they won 6 out of 8 Premier League titles. Although things on the pitch were going to plan, off-field, rumours of tension between David and Sir Alex gathered momentum, including whispers of a locker room incident where a stray boot connected with Beckham's head moments after parting with Sir Alex's right foot. In the end, they both agreed a transfer would be the best solution, and Becks headed for the warm Mediterranean sun of Madrid.
Joining Real Madrid is a dream come true. Gracias. A la Madrid.
The change of clubs also brought about a big change of circumstances. La Liga presented Becks with new challenges he was looking forward to meeting.
It's going to be an amazing experience because the only time I've run out onto a football pitch is either with England or with Manchester United, so running out for Real Madrid with these sort of players and this team and in front of that, 90,000 fans is going to be an amazing experience.
Having cost their club around €35 million, the Real Madrid fans were keen to see results from Becks and his famous right foot. They didn't have to wait long. In fact, he scored 3 minutes into his La Liga debut. And although Real finished the season in 4th place, the fans couldn't be happier with their new recruit, as Beckham found the back of the net 5 times in his first 16 games. That year, he also claimed his first silverware with the club, winning the Supercopa de España. However, the run of good form ended there. With the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo and Ronaldo playing alongside him, Real's team of champions was less than the sum of its parts and struggled to match expectations. In 2006-2007, after 3 seasons of trophyless football, Real finally broke the drought and won the La Liga title. The victory was bittersweet for Becks, as the close of the 2006-2007 season coincided with his transfer from Madrid. On January 11, 2007, it was announced that David Beckham would be heading to the land of the free to play for Major League Soccer's LA Galaxy. As the famous midfielder was out of contract, the Galaxy picked him up for a steal and paid no transfer fee. On July 13th, Becks was officially unveiled as a Galaxy player. And after debuting 8 days later, he spent 6 weeks of his first season on the sidelines with a knee injury. The frustration continued for Becks, his teammates and the LA Galaxy supporters, when in the final MLS game for the season, they were knocked out of playoff contention with a 1-0 loss to the Chicago Fire. The following season saw the Galaxy start well, but when their form headed south, debate about Beckham's effectiveness flared up. His on-field performances had been consistent but far from his best. Failing to live up to the expectations of Galaxy fans and officials, Becks was given the chance to find form back in Europe.
I've been given the chance to go to Milan on loan for a few months, and I'm honoured. I'm honoured to be given the chance.
The temporary move gave Becks the opportunity to reconnect with his elusive form. It also left the door ajar for another World Cup selection. The new AC Milan recruit was clearly thrilled to be given another opportunity to mix it with other world-class footballers. He couldn't keep the smile off his face.
I'm very happy to be here. It's a great honour, and I've been very lucky in my career to play at some of the biggest clubs in the world, with Manchester United, Real Madrid, and of course AC Milan.
Back in Europe, Beckham found the touch that had eluded him for so long in the States, almost immediately. Although it was initially announced that he would only play for Milan until the beginning of the 2009 MLS season, his great form impressed the club so much they were keen for him to stay.
If Beckham decided to stay with us, we would all be happy. But the contract is very clear, and knowing Beckham's seriousness, I think he'll respect it. But if things change, we'll be very happy for him to stay.
On returning to LA, Becks was met with disgruntled Galaxy supporters. The same fans that had welcomed him in 2006 showered him with boos.
It's sometimes nice to get the boos. It gives you some inspiration, and especially when we play like we did and we win like we did. The boos, they start to go away after a while.
Although the fans weren't happy with the loan, it no doubt helped Beckham's game. In his third year at the club, LA had their best season, and upon his return, they jumped from third to first in the Western Conference and went on to win. To many fans' disgust, Becks was once again loaned to AC Milan for 2010. With a career that has spanned close to 2 decades, David Beckham has accrued 619 games across 5 clubs. Of his 116 goals, he scored 87 for Manchester United. With the hype surrounding David Beckham's performances for Manchester United increasing, nobody was surprised when he made his national team debut on September 1, 1996. It wasn't until a few years later that he became a regular on the team and played in every qualifying match leading up to the 1998 World Cup. However, his World Cup debut wasn't all chocolates and roses. The future England captain received a red card in England's second clash with Argentina. Although it didn't cost England the goal, many supporters chose to make him the scapegoat for England's early elimination. 4 years down the track, both Becks and the fans had moved on, and he was keen to make amends.
Yeah, I think there's certain teams that people are mentioning, and there's going to be obviously a lot of world-class players in this competition, and hopefully we can do well.
The 2002 World Cup was a happier experience for Beckham. Not only did he captain the side to the quarter-finals, he played some great football himself. The crafty midfielder then set his sights on Euro 2004. Unfortunately, it would be a tournament he would rather forget, but this time he had nobody to blame but himself. England found themselves eliminated from the competition in the quarter-finals via a penalty shootout against Portugal. Beckham missed his penalty kick and the Three Lions lost 6-5 on penalties. In the lead-up to the 2006 World Cup, Becks set about regaining some form and silencing the demons that had haunted him in international tournaments. England's captain needed to be at his best to have any chance of taking home the cup. And although form had been eluding him at Real Madrid, with so much at stake, Becks and the fans were confident he could bring his A game to Germany.
We will win the World Cup in 2006. Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Germany 2006 started well for both England and their captain. After playing a part in their opening goal for the tournament, he set up 2 more the following game and was named man of the match. However, they were once again eliminated in the quarter-finals by Portugal. With a new era dawning at England under the guidance of Steve McLaren, an emotional Becks stepped down as captain and handed over the armband. Shortly afterwards, he was dropped completely from the team by McLaren.
No, I think it's hard at the moment because you know, I spent 11 years playing for England, and you know, it's always tough when I'm watching England games and I'm not involved. But you know, I've been honoured to have been able to put the shirt on for 11 years and 94 caps and 6 years as captain. So I've been honoured to do that, and I want to carry on doing that, and that's why I've not retired as an England player, and I won't retire. So. You know, you never know what the future holds, but you know, the future is in these kids.
After 9 months away from international duties, Becks was recalled to the national side and in no time was setting up goals for his teammates. In his second game back, he set up 2 world-class assists for Michael Owen and Peter Crouch, helping England on their way to a 3-0 victory against Estonia.
My career's sort of been ups and downs, and when I've had highs, they've been extreme highs, and when I've had lows, they've been extreme lows. So, you know, that's part of my career and part of my life, and it's part of many players' lives these days. But you know, I'll be very proud to hopefully reach that 100 cap and also get it out of the way, because everybody's been talking about it for so long. It'd be good to get it and then move on, hopefully.
Now in his mid-30s, Becks' international future is under constant re-evaluation. Since receiving his 100th cap in 2008, he has set his sights on being selected for another FIFA World Cup. Although it was initially thought the new England manager Fabio Capello would not include Becks in his World Cup squad, recent form and comments made by Capello suggest otherwise. Off the pitch, David Beckham's poster boy good looks and phenomenal cross-cultural appeal have made him the most famous footballer the world has ever seen. His success has much to do with his business-savvy wife, Victoria Beckham. Ever since their first meeting at a Manchester United game in 1997, the private and professional lives of Posh and Becks have been front-page fodder for magazines and tabloids throughout Europe and Asia. The world's premier football couple have 3 children, Brooklyn, Romeo and Cruz. However, Posh and Becks' path to fame and fortune hasn't been an entirely smooth ride. Affair claims in 2004 left Becks in damage control as his former personal assistant Rebecca Lewis went public with an alleged romance. Rebecca claimed that while spending lengthy periods away from Posh and the kids, during their relocation to Madrid, she and David became romantically involved. To this day, the football legend has denied the allegations.
I think the way the news side have treated me in the last few months has been an absolute disgrace. I've done the same with the News of the World because I think they've tried to ruin my family. I think that I've done the same with the Mail because I've been called a bad father, I've been called a bad husband, and my wife's been called a bad mother. So, you know, but I realise as England captain, and I've just said to the papers as well, that I'm actually a nice person as well. So, you know, that's why I'm here. That's why I know that as England captain, I need to talk to people and the fans, and you know, I just wanted to make that clear to everyone.
Although this was undoubtedly a tough time, the Beckhams stayed strong and continued to build their empire. With a growing portfolio worthy of a Wall Street tycoon, they weren't afraid to use the Beckham name to sell a wide range of products. The ever-expanding Beckham brand even took on the world of publishing. Although it's not uncommon for footballers to release an autobiography or two, Becks has taken it one step further. There are currently close to 20 different titles detailing almost every aspect of the midfielder's life. There is even a book written by his father, Ted Beckham, about David's rise from park football to national team captain. Ever grateful for his boyhood opportunity to train at the Bobby Charlton Soccer School, Becks believe in the positive power of football led to the establishment of the David Beckham Academies. Becks believes that the academies are not only about football, but also about having fun.
Every sporting arena, I think, is important for kids. You know, firstly to get them off the streets, because there's a lot of distractions out there in life, and you know, to have something like this, you know, I've always said that this academy is not just about the elitism. It's not about finding the new great players. If it does that, and if it gives the chance for kids to come down and improve their skills and become professional footballers, then great. But for me, the most important thing is the kids come down, they have fun, they enjoy themselves, they learn different things in this academy, because this academy is different from other academies, from other soccer schools out there.
Thanks to the success of the UK Academy, it wasn't long before he launched another in the US.
Every time someone says to me, what do you want to do when you finish playing football? Soccer, sorry. And I said to train kids to be part of a soccer academy and to have my own soccer academy. That was a dream.
In early 2008, he travelled to Brazil to announce his intention to open a third academy. He hopes that in years to come, he can start academies in other areas of the world and ultimately open doors for young footballers that may have remained closed. On joining Real Madrid in 2003, Beckham was given the opportunity to play with some of the greatest players of the modern era.
Players that I admire, play with, so you know, to have them players and to look up to players like that, you know, like Ronaldo, Zidane, Figo, Roberto Carlos, Raúl, you know, to have them all in the same team as you, you know, you can't ask for better than that. But as I said, you know, I played for Man United for a long time, and I had a lot of players in that team that I respect, and you know, having Roy Keane as a captain was a big plus for everyone, and still is for Manchester United.
Brazilian striker Ronaldo is a once-in-a-generation player. Born in Rio de Janeiro on September 22, 1976, he is one of only 2 men to be named the World Footballer of the Year on 3 separate occasions. Joining Real Madrid in 2002, just 1 year before David Beckham, it didn't take long for Ronaldo to find form. He finished his first season scoring 30 goals from just 44 appearances. Despite being constantly dogged by injuries, the Brazilian has won 2 World Cups and claimed over 50 individual honours. Portuguese legend Luís Figo is another member of the star-studded Real Madrid team. Playing as an attacking midfielder, the 2001 World Player of the Year was involved in one of the most controversial transfers in football history. In 2000, he moved from Spanish rivals FC Barcelona to arch-enemies Real Madrid for the then world record fee of around €41 million. Barca have never forgiven him. Former Man United captain Roy Keane is no doubt one of the most loved footballers down at Old Trafford.
Who is your favourite player on Man United?
Keane.
With a career that lasted close to 2 decades, he played 480 times for the Red Devils and scored 51 goals. Apart from David Beckham, Bobby Moore would have to be the most renowned captain of England. With close to 700 appearances in club football, the London-born Moore made his international debut in May 1962. Just 1 year later, at the tender age of 22, he captained his country for the first time. However, it was in the 1966 World Cup that he etched his name into the record books. In the first World Cup final against West Germany, England won 3-2 in extra time. Moore became the first person to captain England to World Cup glory and remains England's sole World Cup winning captain to this day. With his football career drawing to a close, These days, Becks is more likely to be perceived as a businessman, fashion icon, heartthrob, charity campaigner and father who occasionally plays football. His forever-changing hairstyles have not only sold magazines, but also caught the imagination of the public, who try to keep up with and mimic Beck's style. This Becksteria has his sponsors doing cartwheels. Adidas, one of his major sponsors, have enjoyed quite a prosperous relationship with the heartthrob for many years. They've got David endorsing everything from Adidas footwear to footballs, and the marketing team just have to sit back and let the Beckham name do the rest. Crowned the ultimate metrosexual in 2002, a partnership with an eyewear company seemed the perfect fit for Becks. Police sunglasses, who took their inspiration worn from eyewear by US police officers in the 1980s, have used the megastar to promote their collection all over the globe. Mobile technology is another area in which he earns some serious cash away from football. Vodafone was one of the first big sponsors to jump on board the Beckham bandwagon, but when they failed to meet an agreement in 2005, it left the door open for mobile phone competitor Motorola. Years later, Motorola is still merrily shelling out millions to have Becks help shift their products. Not only have David and Victoria carefully nurtured his portfolio of sponsorships and endorsements, they've also started creating their own labels. At Macy's in New York City, the power couple launched their new fragrance, Beckham Signature, in September of 2008. If the hysteria surrounding Posh and Becks at the launch was a measure of success, then the glamour couple are on to another winner. With huge sponsors like Adidas and Pepsi on his side, David's earning capacity is enormous, pulling around 16.5 million euros yearly. Although his salary might not match the likes of Lionel Messi, his income away from football easily compensates for that. At last count, the David Beckham empire was estimated to be worth around $225 million. This wealth can be attributed to his privileged position as the most famous sportsperson on the planet, and his appearance at the closing ceremony of the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games didn't do any harm to his profile.
Really a proud moment for myself to be involved in something like this. You know, it's something that I was really proud to be obviously asked to be part of the bid, and now to be part of the closing ceremony and the handover was you know, it's an amazing moment for myself.
Another proud moment came when he received an Order of the British Empire in June 2003 for his services to football. The prestigious honour gave a much-needed boost to the midfielder, who was in the midst of a transfer from Manchester United. The honour would undeniably mark one of Beckham's greatest personal achievements. Throughout his career, he has claimed a number of other personal honours. In 1996-97, he was named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year, as well as the PFA Young Player of the Year. With the US at his feet, a loving family to support him, and hundreds of millions in the bank, Leytonstone's favourite son has laid the foundations for a life of luxury. With his football career drawing to a close, the sky is the limit for this football hero. The Real Madrid fans were keen to see results from Becks and his famous right foot. They didn't have to wait long. In fact, he scored 3 minutes into his La Liga debut. And although Real finished the season in 4th place, the fans couldn't be happier with their new recruit, as Beckham found the back of the net 5 times in his first 16 games. That year, he also claimed his first silverware with the club, winning the Supercopa de España. However, the run of good form ended there. With the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo and Ronaldo playing alongside him, Real's team of champions was less than the sum of its parts and struggled to match expectations. In 2006-2007, after 3 seasons of trophyless football, Real finally broke the drought and won the La Liga title. David Beckham, the most recognised footballer on the planet, has played for some of the world's most successful clubs and has captained his national team through several World Cup campaigns. David Beckham's phenomenal cross-cultural resonance has made him a superstar in corners of the globe he's never even heard of, and where no one even knows how to play football. The son of a kitchen fitter and hairdresser, David Robert Joseph Beckham was born on May 2, 1975, in the high-density suburban area of Leytonstone, London. At a young age, he and his family moved to Chingford, where David attended the Chase Lane Primary School and spent much of his childhood practicing his skills at Ridgeway Park. The son of 2 fanatical Manchester United supporters, Beck's love for football was entrenched at an early age. And although his young heart was set on playing at Old Trafford, it was the Tottenham Hotspurs who first recognised his prodigious talent. After a few years at Tottenham, Beck's dream came true when Manchester United signed him as a trainee on July 8, 1991. At just 16 years old, neither he or the fans had any idea of what lay in store. With ageing warriors holding the regular spots on the team, it wasn't until the 1995-96 season that he finally started seeing some regular Premier League action. By that time, Old Trafford was seeing a change of the guard, and David and his younger teammates were dubbed Fergie's fledglings by the media. It wasn't long before Becks and the boys had the press eating out of their hands. David Beckham's star was on the rise, and so was the confidence of his teammates at Old Trafford. With mastermind Alex Ferguson calling the shots and Becks executing the plays, Man U hit one of the most dominating streaks in English football history. Between 1995 and 2003, they won 6 out of 8 Premier League titles. Although things on the pitch were going to plan, off-field, rumours of tension between David and Sir Alex gathered momentum, including whispers of a locker room incident where a stray boot connected with Beckham's head moments after parting with Sir Alex's right foot. In the end, they both agreed a transfer would be the best solution, and Becks headed for the warm Mediterranean sun of Madrid.
Joining Real Madrid is a dream come true. Gracias. A la Madrid.
The change of clubs also brought about a big change of circumstances. La Liga presented Becks with new challenges he was looking forward to meeting.
It's going to be an amazing experience because the only time I've run out onto a football pitch is either with England or with Manchester United, so running out for Real Madrid with these sort of players and this team and in front of that, 90,000 fans is going to be an amazing experience.
Having cost their club around €35 million,